What's up, dude? Spaz here. Welcome to my channel. I have some highlights for you. Not the hair variation of highlights. No Backstreet Boys up in here. Not figuratively, not literally, and this is definitely not some odd erotic film of sorts. Anyways, these highlights, these moments of awesome sauce are mostly blammo moments, mostly explosions, and I do in fact get pretty vocal when I'm playing. Blammo! I did yell that, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I do yell such things. But yeah, these are mostly blammo moments that I recorded. I believe this was in 1 week back at the end of December, and I'm just getting around to clearing out some of the footage that I've captured. That's one of my biggest problems with this channel or recording and trying to post content, is that I record so much and so often that even if I correctly label things and organize all the footage, I lose track of where half my stuff is, or I've recorded something that is essentially replacing some of this footage. I've just wasted a ton of footage. And in Payday 2 it was even worse, because a lot of times you record stuff and you're like, God, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if I could do better, or if I'm going to do something a little bit different. And the next thing you know, you have a terabyte of data that you didn't even use and still save, because I don't know why I save it. You know what I mean? It's like, just get rid of it. Just keep the stuff that I've published. But who knows? Perhaps when I'm 70 years old, using dentures with polygrip, I'll be like, back in my day, this is what I did. Honestly, I don't know if by 70 I'll still be playing video games. I probably will, but at that point there's probably going to be some version of a simulated reality in which you're actually in the experience. And if I'm 70, with my track record of health and the use of my body, I'm not sure if I will actually be mobile. But hey, by 70 it could be some medical advances that, you know, I'm going to live forever. I'm going to be the blowtorch everlasting bionic man. See what I did there? It's like a battery commercial and a TV spot all in one. Anyways, don't have really that much to talk about in this video. I haven't been playing much Battlefield as of late, at least not this week. Usually I get to a point with Battlefield. It's not that I get burned out, because I usually fall back into playing it again and whatnot, but after a while of pulling long sessions, I get to a point where it's like, I just get too frustrated, right? And it doesn't become fun anymore. It isn't fun. And then when I start getting frustrated, I have this tendency to nitpick things and really... all the problems that they're still existing in the game. You know, you can listen to all these YouTubers that say the game is flawless and perfect and all of the things, but there's some stuff within this game that's still just not normal. Get run over. And I start to, they become amplified, or I start to notice them more, and it just takes away from the fun. So I have to take a break every now and then, or play lightly, which, you know, I'll probably do with some friends when we need a break from other games. We've been playing Diablo 3 as of late with the latest patch. But yeah, I haven't been playing too much Battlefield this week, and I wouldn't necessarily record Diablo, or I won't. You know, honestly, I don't know if this is good or bad, but I'm okay with admitting that I'm not fully confident of my abilities in Diablo 3. I mean, I am, I believe, a decent player, but I'm not as well versed in that game as some of the veterans, as I talked about this in the vlog, and I don't want to create content or make videos talking about things that I shouldn't be talking about, or talking about things presuming that I know what I'm talking about when I don't, because that's something that is actually rampant with Battlefield 3. And in fact, some of the popular tubers of you, some of them aren't necessarily Battlefield veterans, and you know, some of the stuff that I've watched in the past from them, I'm just scratching my head like, how the hell is this dude getting away with this just nonsense, this just absolute garbage opinion of how things should be? But, you know, I don't watch that stuff anymore. I don't watch any other YouTubers' content, really, because it just drives me insane. And then my ego, which my dude Icy told me at one point is not my amigo, it just gets to me, right? And then I start comparing, and then I'm like, oh God, oh, this guy's got all these things and I don't, and it's just negativity that I don't need to experience. But yeah, with Diablo, it might be something that I stream in the future, because I think that would be a good game to stream and just talk to you guys and followers on Twitch while I'm playing, rather than recording, because the way I record with most games, in fact all games, unless I have a concept that I want to bring to light or whatever in a video, I'm always recording. When I first started doing this, I learned the hard way that you always need to be recording, because you never know when you're going to capture something freaking epic. But I mean, how do you do that with Diablo? I guess I could do build videos, but like I said, I'm not necessarily comfortable with my depth of knowledge in that game in comparison to some people that participate on the forums. And I guess we could go back to the old The Rock saying, know your role and shut your mouth, and that's what I'm doing in a way. I was a wrestling fan at one point, not just a fan. I mean, I used to watch wrestling like it was my yawb, my J-O-B, W-A-Y-B, I think is pronounced, or spelled rather, in certain parts of the world. Y-A-W-B, no, not affiliated with W-B, so don't expect some frog mascot to come out and start singing in an odd way. But yeah, with Diablo, I don't know. I play the shit out of it. I've been playing way too much this week, to the point to where, I don't know, it's just like, really? Did I really just sesh that long? I mean, I feel like I've accomplished something, but in the scheme of everything that is real and tangible, I didn't. But yeah. Anyways, I don't have that much to talk about. I am going to be starting a part-time gig next week, I believe. 99.9% sure, unless for some reason I fail my background check, which honestly wouldn't surprise me, because I have an odd story that I'll share with you guys after I tell you what I'll be doing. But my dude Slick, a guy that I currently live with, that I actually met through video games a long time ago. He and some of our other mutual friends, Franz. Her name was Fran. Some of our mutual friends, they ran a Counter-Strike community here in the great state of Colorado, and I met them through that. But he had a job opening up where he works, an IT type gig, and needed somebody to fill it in part-time. So I am in a pinch for capital at the moment, and decided that I could go ahead and do a part-time deal and maybe get a little bit of extra cash to invest into this channel while I kind of make a plan or figure out what it is that I am going to do with this channel. And so it sounded like a win-win, and it took me a while to wrap my mind around it, just because I was concerned that it would take away from this channel. But yeah, so I'll be starting that next week. Hopefully the content won't be too light. It shouldn't. It may be, so just be aware of that. But I think it's going to be something good, something to help ground me and keep me kind of focused, or maybe even more motivated to make content or enjoy the game time that I do get if I have some sort of gig that I'm working where I can't just sesh whenever I want to. But anyways, let me tell you this story really quick, because this highlight reel is about to expire. It's about to become rotten milk. Just the short and brief. If you guys want a long, in-depth storytelling session, let me know. But I have been arrested. And not proud to admit that, but essentially what had happened is there were some shenanigans going on. I didn't do anything illegal per se, but I actually was making a good choice in not driving after consuming alcohol, which is what nobody out there should do ever, ever, ever. But what had happened is my buddies and I walked across back to my buddy's apartment, but stumbled upon a rugby field in which there was a tackle sled on it, and so our stupidity got the hold of us, and we decided to push this tackle sled, and we got arrested for some reason and thrown in the slammer for pushing a tackle sled. It sounded like these cops had nothing better to do. Obviously weren't concerned about fighting crime, but we were arrested. We were arrested. It's just stupid. And they told us when we left that there weren't going to be charges pressed or anything. There was nothing going on. But then one of my buddies, old friend of mine, he applied for a job at a bank, and they denied his application because we had pending charges on our account for larceny, believe it or not, which is an odd charge to have for pushing a tackle sled. But anyways, for this current job, I had to fill out a background a check of sorts, and I'm hoping it comes through fine. I think we resolved the issue with those pending charges, but I can tell that story in depth later on because there were some shenanigans going on, and yeah, I have been arrested. Not for doing anything that you would be like, oh my god, this dude is hard. Dude has an alias too. No, it was just stupid, silly stuff that, you know, you do from time to time when you're in your youth, and caught up to us. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video and some of these explosions. Catch you guys later. Okay.